New York City is a city of change, constant, dramatic, and often irreversible. Behind today's glittering skyline are vanished buildings that once shaped the city's character. Some were architectural masterpieces. Others were cultural centers. Many were lost to progress, economics, or simply time. In this video, we explore 7 of these giants that once defined New York, and what their disappearance tells us about the city's evolution. Completed in 1910, the original Pennsylvania Station was a colossal Beaux-Arts masterpiece, with soaring Corinthian columns and cavernous halls modeled after Roman baths. It was a grand gateway for rail travelers arriving in New York City. But by the 1950s, declining rail travel and the lure of air and highway transport made the station less profitable. In 1963, the above-ground station was sold and quickly demolished to make way for Madison Square Garden and office towers, provoking public outcry. The loss was so profound that it helped launch New York's modern preservation movement and the eventual creation of the city's landmarks preservation law. Rising in 1908 at 47 stories, the Singer Building was briefly the tallest building in the world, an early skyscraper that symbolized New York's leap into the modern age. Despite its prominence and ornamented facade, changing economic priorities and the desire for larger floor plates led to its demolition in the late 1960s to make room for the modern One Liberty Plaza. Its loss remains one of the most striking examples of historic architecture swept away for commercial space. On Fifth Avenue's Upper East Side once stood the Brokaw Mansions, French Renaissance-style homes built for the Brokaw family, striking examples of Gilded Age wealth and craftsmanship. But after sitting vacant and changing hands, the mansions were demolished in 1965. Their loss sounded another alarm about the vulnerability of historic structures, and helped move forward the city's landmarks legislation, underscoring the tension between preservation and development. The Old Metropolitan Opera House opened in 1883 at Broadway and 39th Street, becoming the first home of one of the world's great opera companies. As performance needs changed and attention shifted to Lincoln Center, the original Opera House was eventually torn down in 1967, replaced by mid-century office space. Its demolition marked the end of an era in New York's cultural geography, and reminded the city that even beloved institutions are not immune to change. Before the Madison Square Garden we know today, there were earlier incarnations that defined entertainment and sports in Manhattan. The first garden, opened in 1879 on East 26th Street, began as a converted railroad depot and hosted everything from bicycle races to boxing. It was demolished in 1890 due to structural issues. Its successor, a Beaux-Arts structure designed by Stanford White, stood until 1926, when economic forces again led to its demolition to make way for corporate architecture. The original Waldorf Astoria Hotel opened on Fifth Avenue in 1893 and expanded to become one of the city's largest and most elegant hotels. By the late 1920s, tastes and the social scene had shifted. The Aestia family sold the property, and the building was demolished in 1929 to make way for the Empire State Building. Today's Waldorf Astoria lives on at a different site, but the original's lush halls and grand ballrooms remain only in memory and photos. Opened in 1927 at 5th Avenue and 59th Street, the Savoy Plaza Hotel was a 33-story luxury landmark overlooking Central Park. Despite its prominence, the hotel faced shifting ownership and financial pressures. In the mid-1960s, plans to replace it with a modern office tower led to protests, but demolition began in late 1965. The site eventually became the General Motors Building, a symbol of corporate modernism. These lost structures tell a story of ambition, progress, and sometimes regret. Their absence shaped New York's skyline and sparked movements that preserved countless others. While they no longer stand in stone and steel, their influence endures, in preservation laws, in public memory, and in how we value the buildings around us.